Well, today's question is about dispatch queues. You could see a lot of spaghetti code, but trust me, this spaghetti code can confuse you a lot, and this is being asked in a lot of interview questions as well. Well, as you all know, this dispatch queue GCD is a very important topic, and almost all the interviews do touch on this topic. Whether you're a fresher or an experienced person, this topic, this question would come in front of you in one or the other form. So in today's topic, let's look at what would be the output of this question, right? So here you could see there is a method test dispatch, and inside this dispatch, we're trying to print a couple of statements, and there are a couple of dispatch queues used as well. So let's see what could be the output here. So when this method test dispatch is called from line number 24, then this print 1. Of course, the first statement to be printed would be print 1. So let's see what would be the output. So 1 would be printed first. And then what we're trying to do on line number 5, we are trying to dispatch on a global queue that is asynchronously. So it will not create a new queue, mind it, right? It will dispatch this task onto a global queue asynchronously. So for a moment, let's skip this, right? This will not be printed right now because it will be dispatched asynchronously in a global queue. So let's fold this code. After this, what we have is print 9. So now this is already dispatched to a new queue. So this 9 would be printed. So after 1, it would be 9. Now let's go and open this block of code again. Now this global queue is getting executed. So we have print 2. So we'll have 2 printed here. Then after this, we are again dispatching something on the main thread. So remember, now very important point to remember here is main is a serial queue, right? It cannot handle more than one task at one time. So it will always execute the task in one order. So here what we're trying to do is we're dispatching a task, which is printing something on a main queue asynchronously. So again, this will not be executed at this point of time. So let's fold this code for a moment. After this, we have print 4. So it means print 4 would be printed after this dispatch. Now on line number 11, here we have dispatchQueue.main.sync. Now imagine, now you know, right? Main queue is a serial queue. It cannot handle more than one task. And we already know that on line number 7, we already have one task which is dispatched on main queue asynchronously. Now, one more thing to understand here, right? Main queue is a serial queue, plus we are dispatching it sequentially. It means it will block the process until everything is complete, right? So here in this case, what would happen? It will print 3 first before printing 5 because it's a serial queue and it will complete all the processes in the queue first. So it will print 3 first and then it will print 5. So it will print 3 here and then it will print 5 here. Now this is done. Now let's go back to the next part. Now again, line number 14, we are dispatching on the main thread that is asynchronously. So this will not execute at this point of time and then it will print 8. Now let's go back here, open line number 14. Now since it is dispatched asynchronously, now it will print 6. Now we have DispatchQueue.main.sync. Ideally it should print 7, but it will not print 7 in this case here. The reason is, again, what we're trying to do is on the main thread we have dispatched some task asynchronously. Now inside the task only, what we're trying to do is we are dispatching another task to the main thread synchronously. So basically here what we're trying to say is just block that process. Now since this has not completed yet, here we're trying to block the main thread, main queue. So I think this is more of a deadlock example and this will not execute ever. So it will just break here and 7 will not be printed. So as per my understanding, the output should be 19243586. Let's quickly run and see what would be the output here. So if I just zoom it up and let's look at our example as well. So we have 1, we have 924, we have 1924, 3586, 3586. Yeah. So this would be the output of this program. I hope you understood the concept, how the serial queue async and sync is working. We are not creating any new queues here, but instead we are just dispatching a particular process or a task synchronously or asynchronously on a specific type of queue. Thank you so much.